New Zealand, with its stunning landscapes, relaxed lifestyle and safe, welcome environment, has become a dream retirement destination for many individuals. However, understanding the cost of retiring in New Zealand is essential for anyone considering making this picturesque country their new home. In this video, we break down the costs associated with retiring New Zealand, including housing, living expenses, and what it takes to live comfortably. Hi, I'm Jim Smith, Senior Financial Planner here at Pacific Wealth. We specialise in helping new migrants and returning Kiwis navigate the intricacies of cross-border financial planning to help you make the most of your new life in New Zealand. In this video, we break down the costs associated with retiring New Zealand, including housing, living expenses, and what it takes to live comfortably. Housing is often the largest expense for retirees, and it's therefore important to understand how New Zealand compares to other countries. Based on data from CoreLogic, the national median house price in 2024 was $927,000, with Auckland being above the average at just under 1.3 million New Zealand dollars. The capital city, Wellington, is around the average with a median house price of around $918,000, whereas Christchurch in the South Island is slightly more affordable, with a median house price of $765,000. If we compare this to the US, based upon data from the New York Post in early 2025, the median national house price was $402,000 US dollars. This equates to around 715,000 New Zealand dollars, which is below the New Zealand median house price despite a strong dollar at the start of 2025. As you would expect, there's a great deal of variation by region and city, with the larger metropolitan areas being more expensive than the equivalent regions in New Zealand. In Australia, the national average price is around 903,000 New Zealand dollars, so similar to the New Zealand median house price, but some metropolitan areas, such as Sydney, are more expensive. Turning to the UK, the national average house price was around 647,000 New Zealand dollars, so considerably less than in New Zealand, which certainly wasn't the case 20 years ago. Based upon the national averages, you probably need around 1 million New Zealand dollars in New Zealand to buy an average house, which is perhaps slightly higher than the average in some other countries. But there still remain some more affordable options if you're looking to look outside the main centres and live in one of the more regional towns. Cost of living comparisons across countries is quite difficult to do accurately due to regional variations, tax rates, healthcare costs, etc. Instead, to determine what it costs to retire comfortably in New Zealand, we look to the New Zealand Retirement Expenditure Guidelines, which are produced by Massey University. The latest update for 2024 was released in January 2025. The study defines a basic and comfortable retirement lifestyle as a no-frills and choices retirement respectively. The no-frills income is based upon the Household Expenditure Survey and represents the average income in the 21st to 40th percentile of New Zealand retired households. It is intended to reflect a basic standard of living and includes few, if any, luxuries. The choices retirement is the average income in the 61st to 80th percentile of the Household Expenditure Survey and is intended to represent a more comfortable standard of living, which includes some luxuries or treats. Put another way, around 40% of New Zealand retired households will have incomes between the no-frill and choices income levels, whereas approximately 30% will have incomes below the no-frills and 30% above the choices level. Based upon the January 2025 update, a two-person household in a metro area would need 47,000 New Zealand dollars net per year for a no-frills retirement and 90,000 New Zealand dollars net per year between them to live a comfortable retirement. What you will need in retirement will be unique to you and your situation. You may be happy with less than no frills, or the choices income may not be enough, particularly if you're an expat and used to living well. Either way, the expenditure guidelines should provide some helpful reference points to determine what income levels you might need. The retirement expenditure guidelines are very helpful to determining the average income levels you should target in retirement. But retirement expenditure is not likely to be constant all the way through. In fact, your retirement and spending levels is more likely to consist of several phases based upon your age, how active you are, and your health. One way of approaching this is to consider retirement in three distinct phases. These are the go-go years, the slow-go years, and the no-go years. The go-go years are typically the early years of your retirement, perhaps the first 10 or so years, when you have a desire to be active, want to explore new experiences, and perhaps fulfill long-held aspirations. It is likely that you will spend more in this phase than you will later on. At some point though, you're likely to start slowing down, which we refer to as the slow-go years, which could last another 10 or so years. During this middle phase, you may not be so keen on travel, which can be wearying, or you may not feel like pursuing activities that require a high degree of energy. Perhaps trading in windsurfing and tango lessons for modest social activities and home fun. During this middle phase, you're likely to see a drop in the income you spend. In the final no-go phase, which could last, say, 5 years, you will notice another slowdown in activity and the ability to get around. Whilst your social spending may reduce, your no-go spending may have to adjust to your ability to live independently. Some retirees can age comfortably in their own homes, while others may need to transition to a rest home. Healthcare expenses can be critical in the no-go stage. Medical expenses are likely to rise. If you have private medical cover, this can consume a large proportion of your budget. But overall, you may find that your overall expenses are similar to the slow-go years. A simple way to determine the investment assets you need at retirement is to use a rule of thumb method, such as the 5% withdrawal method. Using this method, you would take 5% of your starting value of your retirement assets at 65 as a regular income and not adjust this income upwards for inflation. This means that the real expenditure income available to you will be highest in your early retirement before gradually reducing, which may align to the 3 different phases of retirement we discussed earlier. Under this method, you will spend your investment capital, and depending upon the investment returns and how long you live, there is a risk that you could run out of money. But overall, this rule of thumb provides a good balance between living for today whilst not spending your retirement assets too quickly. For example, if we assume that as a couple you are targeting the Choices retirement income of 90,000 New Zealand dollars and you will receive the equivalent of $40,000 between you from some form of state pension, your shortfall in annual income will be around $50,000 per year. Using the 5% withdrawal method, this equates to a fund of 1 million New Zealand dollars at age 65. The amount you will need could be considerably more or less than this, but hopefully these numbers will provide you with a starting position that you can adjust to suit your own circumstances. Retiring in New Zealand does come with a certain price tag, perhaps 1 million for a house, another 1 million in investment assets to provide a comfortable regular income. It's therefore not a low-cost retirement destination, but does offer many benefits such as a pleasant climate, stunning natural environments, and a welcoming culture. In this video, I hope we've given you a basic understanding of what you might need, which you can then adjust to suit your own circumstances. If you are interested to learn more about financial and retirement planning issues that international migrants need to know when moving to New Zealand, we've created other videos that you can explore on our YouTube channel. You can also visit our website, www.pacificwealth.co.nz, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to myself or a member of the team. Thank you for watching.